surprise guys that hasn't won. He's also the defending Traxxas winner. Oh, big explosion. Jack Beckman just destroyed a Mopar body.
Okay down there, Jack?
Looked like there was even an inkling of an idea that this was going to happen.
Well, most of the time, 8 times out of 10, it's going to be something in the valve train. What happens is that any debris or any breakage that holds that intake valve open, well, all of that combustion is going back up. It's going to ignite in the intake manifold, and the majority of this looks probably a lot worse than it was. You see Jack Beckman trying to brake. You got the parachutes out. He's doing the right thing, but that body was destroyed. The concussion, Jack will be feeling the effects, and you can see that supercharger come off the car, but fortunately the NHRA and a lot of these teams have taken measures to really restrain and contain a lot of that damage, and that's probably one of the worst explosions that I've seen in a long time.
Look at that car, pieces and parts. Jack's hands are off right now. He's reaching for a brake. You know, Jack Beckman's been through a lot as an Air Force veteran, cancer survivor, and he just went through a big one.
Well, you can see Jack is moving his hands. What he's doing is a conditioned response. He has done this so many times over and over. He knows where the fuel shutoff is. He knows where the brake is. He knows to turn the electronics off on the car. So he's going through all of the motions, and it's sheer instinct that he has conditioned himself to do.
Did the top of that supercharger flip all the way under the car? And where's the manifold? I have never seen.
We've evolved with these funny.
Oh, hold on. Thank goodness it comes to a stop finally. As John Force exploded a car, that put him in the path of Johnny Lindbergh. And from that moment forward and for a long time, simply hold on tight. Good to see some arms flailing underneath the parachute that looks to be shrouded over the top of Johnny Lindbergh. Johnny climbs out. Meanwhile, they're attending to John Force right now. .901, that's the best time slip. The first round of the Traxxas Nitro Shootout for funny cars. No parachute though for Ron Capps. Is this car going into the sit can? Yes, it is, and all the way to the net. And over on its top. So now the concern, how's Ron Capps in that car? Can we get him out quickly? The NHRA Safety Safari is already quick on the scene at the top end. Ron Tobler doesn't even want to look at the replays. Tony parachutes. Oh, hold on, Steve Torrance. Steve Torrance wins the race, but more importantly, we got to make sure he's okay inside of the cockpit.
Well, let's look for some movement. We see some movement from the helmet, and this is good news that Steve is getting out of the car. cannot be good, but no pressure. This race in terms of performance, quite the toss-up. Both these cars well into the low 380s previous round.
Courtney runs out of steam in the champ. Hammers on with a busted race car. Hold on tight.
Oh, Robert's on the brakes right now. You can hear it. Carrying a lot of momentum into that sand trap.
So a scary moment for Robert Height. Has problems crossing the finish line. Good news is he climbs out despite a car that slid all the way through the...
Sydney's in, waiting for Castellano. A couple of Corvettes here. They are in and set. Castellano, whoa, hang on there with them Corvettes. Woo, boy. Oh, Sydney got some oh, hang on there, Sydney Frigo. Into the wall, top end, over and over, and a wild one there. Is Sydney moving around. And you saw that car as he tried to stay with it, lifted, got back in it, and that made he made a left turn into the wall. And the NHRA Safety Safari on it right away as they are making their move towards it. That Safety Safari was moving before that came to a stop. So a wild one there for Sydney, unfortunately, is that baby just all of a sudden Joe Costello. Of course, he went 584, 9, 236. Mike Castellano at 592.4. But a wild.
100 here, 100 there, being the difference. Oh, Allen's car goes left when he let the clutch out. Oh, and V Gaines, top end, gets in trouble. Allen's car, as soon as he let the clutch out, made a hard move towards the left, got over, clipped the block on the center line, and then further down track, V Gaines got sideways and went over. The Safety Safari on their way down there. Oh, a scary moment here at Z-Max Dragway. These Pro Stock cars I mentioned earlier, just absolutely.
Sean Mipson to the right of screen. And good run on both sides. Oh, way out of shape for Sean Mipson. That is a huge crash. Head on into the wall. Bounces off the opposing wall.